In this lesson we're going to look at more circles with angles in them. So let's look at this first example in the blue. Again, from the lesson before, look for isosceles triangles. There's a radius. There's a radius. So my isosceles triangle, I know that these two angles are the same, the ones nearest to circumference. Now this square represents 90 degrees, so I know that that's 90 degrees, so these two angles must add up to 90 as well to make 180 degrees in the triangle. So the way to get these two is to basically half 90. If I know that both of them add up to 90, then that must be 45 and that must be 45. Okay, moving on to this one, which is actually similar to one in the last lesson. There's a radius. There's a radius. And this is the same as that, so that must be the same as the radius as well, which means that's an equilateral triangle again. So an equilateral triangle, all the sides are the same and all the angles are the same, so all the angles must be 60. So 60, 60, and 60. I'll just put my degree symbol in there. Make sure you put that in. Okay, the last example here. So if you look at this, you've got a radius here, you've got a radius here, a radius here, a radius here, and a radius here. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 isosceles triangles. Now the trick to this question is basically, can you work out one of these angles here? Now this is a pentagon shape and all of these angles are exactly the same. It's a regular pentagon, so all the angles inside are exactly the same. So if we can do 360 divided by 5, then we can get the right answer here. So if we do 360 divided by 5, I would do a wee sum by that. 360 divided by 5, you say 5 into 36 is 7, remainder 1, and 72. So all these angles in here are 72 degrees. Right, so 72, 72, 72, and 72. So all we have to do now is we have to work out these outside angles. Now, as before we said, well, that was an isosceles triangle there, which means that these two outer angles are exactly the same. So if I just focus in on this triangle here, if I do 180 take away 72, I'm going to get what these two add up to. So 180 take away 72 is 108. So these two angles add up to 108. So they must be 54 each. Which means that all your other angles must be 54. That's 54, because they're all the same. 54, and so on, all the way round. And that's your answer.